So the reason why we have to leave Europe is because he pulled up his chair, looked me in the eye and said, listen, you gotta go.
So it is time for me to call it quits with this job.
Literally pack everything up and leave tomorrow. I feel like I'm getting deported. So we messed up. And we kind of messed up big time this time. And I have to leave this country and the EU within a week. And we did not know that this is what it would really come down to. And we're looking at Airbnb where we can go. And we don't necessarily want to go back to the US right now because it's gonna be a very far flight. And we just don't know what to do. It is so frustrating planning a trip like this last minute.
So the backstory is that we basically did not do a few things in a prioritized, organized manner. And now we have to get out of my country. And not only out of my country, we have to get out of the entire Schengen area.
Because I'm an idiot. No, because we just didn't organize our time very wisely.
Yeah.
We were too focused on Simus, like running a business.
Yeah, anyway, without too much of the backstory, basically now we have to figure out where the hell we're gonna go, what we're gonna do. We have to be away for an extended period of time.
Yeah.
Incur even more expenses than we thought that we would be because we were like, oh, okay, now this month is gonna be a soft month because we're not gonna have to spend too much money. Bam!
Boom. Yeah.
Just like that, we got hit. Yeah, so now we're all stressed out. We're trying to figure out what to do with our lives.
And
we have
where
to
we
pack
should go.
and we have to get out of here like pronto.
Within a week. Yeah.
Like, well, technically I don't have to because it's my
No,
country,
you don't have
but
to, but I do.
Since you do, that means we do. Like,
Yeah.
what am I gonna do? Ship you off somewhere and then wait, tell you to wait? No, I'm going to.
So it is the next day, and I thought that, I feel better today. We already know what's up, but it's just as frustrating as it was yesterday. And it's now setting in that we literally have 24 hours to leave the Schengen zone. We called immigration when we woke up to see if there's anything that we can do to extend it or anything, but no, we gotta go. We can't do anything. And the next thing that we have to do is Simas has to call his job to quit. Because honestly, I feel like we've made this place our home and we are so used to coming back, going to bed, we have our routine, we have our workout equipment, we have everything here, and we just feel like we're home here. So it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be so rough.
Alright guys, so it is time for me to call it quits with this job. The amount of stuff that happened in the last few hours is just insane. And I gotta go talk to my boss now. And I gotta go. But
I'll see you when you come back.
Yeah.
I think he's done. Everything went quiet. I really don't know how it went. Oh God, what a disaster. Anyways, let's see what happens. So, since everything is going not according to plan, we decided that it would be a good and fun idea to try to help predict our future in terms of where we're gonna be living and honestly how soon we're gonna get the party on the road.
The pregnancy party.
The pregnancy party going. Let's ask these questions right now.
Where will I be living in the near future?
Will I get pregnant this year?
Ooh.
So Yoda is actually an astrology app that has over 200 certified astrologers that are ready to answer any questions you may have, from questions regarding career, finances, and even questions about love. So we decided to ask Yoda, or ask an astrologer on Yoda today, about where we're going to be, because we're kind of like in the air about our future. Are we gonna be living in Europe or are we going back to America? So, do you have your passport?
Do you want to come to America?
Did you get your shots? Okay, guys, so we're about to ask our first question. The second question that we're going to be asking is what?
This is going to be about pregnancy, because I know everybody wants to know when we're going to get pregnant, so we'll see if the experts on Yoda are going to tell us that.
Right, but I think like before this whole thing happened with us having to like move away from Lithuania, we actually had a doctor's appointment to follow up on my like health overall. You guys already know, like, I'm really into my sign and I'm really into astrology, especially when it comes to me and my sign. It's over here. I even have like my sign tattooed on my hand. Like, that's how deep into astrology I am. So it will be fun to see what the app will say, especially regarding how soon we're gonna get pregnant.
All right, let's get to it. You have the good grace of the Sun, Venus, and Jupiter, which favors the praising aspects of your career, financial, and personal well-being in your course. As per planetary support, it seems that there is a decent providence for you to continue living in Europe rather than the USA. It also seems favorable for you to move to the eastern countries from your birthplace. It seems that you are under the good grace of Venus, Mercury, and Moon, and well-aligned Venus and Jupiter are seen over your husband, which does favor you both to have a baby in your upcoming time.
What does that mean?
In your upcoming time. Under such planetary graces, you both hold prospects to have a child in the future. Under the blessings of Jupiter, July 2024 is seen as a favorable time for you to conceive a child that shall give birth to a healthy and cute baby boy. So, you ready? Alright, so that was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah,
and it's a very promising future.
So if you guys want to have some fun and just try out the Yoda app to see what it predicts for you, just click the link in our description and you can use our code, which will be here on the screen, for your free question, and let us know how it goes. I'm really curious to see what it predicts for you based on the questions that you ask. Anyways, guys, that's for this one. Let's get back to the rest of the video. How did it go?
The guy, I feel really bad for him because he really, like, I really like him, and he's kind of like, I don't want to say upset, but like he's disappointed that things didn't work out.
He didn't take it well.
He's kind of like stressed out because he's really looking forward to working with me, and like we already have like a good partnership. So now I've talked to HR and figure out this whole process, and it sucks because I just started last week and like, things were kind of looking like they're moving in the right direction. But I told him the truth. I told him I don't want to like, I don't know, make things up or let them know how things are gonna go. So I just told him that hopefully we give them more time to find somebody else, and I want to part ways like amicably.
We're in trances, going off to different places, different planets. Watch your aura pass me by.
So the reason why we have to leave Europe is because my immigration paperwork will not be processed in time. So when you come to the Schengen zone, you only have about 90 days to stay. And I am on my 85th day and my immigration paperwork, it was approved, but it is still being processed. So while we're in that time frame, I cannot stay here anymore. So that's why we have to literally pack everything up and leave tomorrow. And we have to leave tomorrow because when I come back to collect my immigration paperwork, I have to have at least a few days where I can be in the Schengen zone. So right now I'm like 80 days in, and if we leave tomorrow, I'll be like about 85 days in. So I still have like 5 days left where I can come back in time to collect my immigration paperwork. And the guy told me right away it was approved, and we just have to wait like, I don't know, for some period of time between a month and 3 months. So that's the reason why we have to leave Europe. But I'm really excited because after that I am legally allowed to stay here for the next 5 years. So, and no, I did not give up my US citizenship. I know that I'll get that question. And no, I didn't give up my Jamaican citizenship either. So does that make me a a trial person. No, it doesn't. It just makes me a dual citizen with a residence permit to stay in Europe. Anyways, yeah, that's the reason why we gotta go.
Ready?
Yeah. I'm scared. Okay. Bring it up. Come again. Come again. I almost got it.
Alright. Wait, careful with this suitcase because it's gonna be a disaster.
Alright, ready? Go. Vienna, 2, 3.
Alright, ready?
Opa. Come on. Okay, let me have my turtles.
Come on.
Okay.
Ready? 1, 2.
So obviously that didn't work out according to plan. So Simas is gonna bring the chair. This is how intense packing has gotten for us, okay?
Listen. Don't marry a short queen, right?
I'm not even that short. Oh, look at that. I think I pushed it back further.
Yeah.
One thing that I cannot believe you're doing while we're going on this journey of a lifetime is listening to a horoscope reading.
My mom, who may be a little bit of a witch if you watched our past videos, sent me the horoscope and it's like on point with how accurate it is. I'm Team Cancer, by the way, in case you didn't know. The best of them all, you know. But yeah.
All right, so we are done packing for the night and we're gonna call it a night. Tomorrow we're gonna wake up, make some breakfast, and go straight to Vilnius International Airport. Is that what it's called?
Yes, that's what it's called.
So I gotta go to the airport and then we will be in country number maybe 20 at this point.
So it is the next morning and we are about to get out of here because it is 8:51 and we should be at the airport by 9, which is completely impossible, but we're gonna get there, right?
Right.
Alright guys, next stop is where?
Turkey!
Alright guys, we'll catch you over in Turkey.
I'm super sad that we have to leave Lithuania, but it's better to do it this way than to get deported. We ordered XL, and I guess it's XL in the back.
It's a little bigger.
Yeah, here. I feel like I've made this place my home and I really love being here. But at least when we come back, everything will already be in place for us. So until next time, my lovely home and this lovely city, goodbye. So I'm excited for the food, most of all, the culture, the people, and to just see what this vibrant city has to offer. I started Googling what dishes to try since we were in Lithuania, so...
You Googled why does food make you feel so good?
I did Google why does food make me feel so good. But that's another story for another day. But anyways, guys, we'll catch you in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe and yeah, see you guys later.
Alright guys, so here we are settled in our hotel room, outside the Schengen zone, outside of our home. And you may be having a few questions for us because we saw some interesting assumptions about what may have happened. So in the last, I want to say like 72 to 96 hours, I had to quit my job. We had to run out of our home in Lithuania. We are now in a country we've never been to. And we're just kind of trying to pick up the pieces and figure out what the hell we're going to do next.
Yep. So someone asked if I had to leave and they didn't grant me my like residency or citizenship because of my race, and that is a no. Yeah, that's not the reason why we had to leave. The backstory is that we went to immigration because we had an appointment for immigration to submit all the paperwork. But because we were consumed by everything else we had to do, we submitted the paperwork a little bit late. And when we finally got that immigration appointment, we were told, the guy that did our processing, he looked me in the eye he pulled up his chair, looked me in the eye, and said, "Listen, you gotta go." He said, "You have 90 days to stay in the Schengen area, and you have stayed here for 85 days so far, or 80 days." And he's like, "Were you aware of that?" And I was like, "Hell no, I wasn't."
I looked at you, I'm like, yeah, you were.
So we thought that since we had put in my paperwork, we could have just stayed while the paperwork is being processed. But unfortunately, that's not how it works. However, while we were there processing the paperwork, so first of all, we had to send back to America, I don't know how many times, to get documents apostilled by an American apostle.
Yep.
That's also our fault for not, like, I guess, reading enough into the process. So we had all the documents, but they had to be stamped and signed in the US and then taken to Europe.
To be translated.
It's a very lengthy process.
Yeah.
And then after that, we got everything done. We were like, yes, time to go. We went. Our marriage certificate was apostilled, translated, but it wasn't registered in Lithuania. So that day of the appointment, what did we do?
We went to the marriage and like civil document like bureau or whatever the hell you want to call it. And because I'm a Lithuanian citizen, they had to actually go ahead and register it in the system that day. The lady that's working there, she's like, "Listen, it's 4 o'clock. I'm here till 5. I don't have time to do this. So like, I'll do it tomorrow." I'm like,
I need it now. Like,
and it took her a grand total of about 5 minutes.
5 minutes to do it.
Type it in. And
but she couldn't do it in an hour.
She's like, "Oh my god, there's too many people here." There's like 3 people that are waiting for her.
So, when we finally got back to the immigration office, we were able to present the guy with the paperwork because he was the one that told us, "Listen, I can't do anything if you don't go to the office and register your marriage in Lithuania." Listen, we actually tried to do this in the US before.
Yep.
Because we tried to do it at the Lithuanian consulate in the US, and the Lithuanian guy basically told Simus, like, "I don't have time." This was like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
He's like, "You better do that when you go to Lithuania." And then it just never really worked out. And here we are. The guy told us, go to the office, get it done, and come back by 6. And we went, and Simas explained how the lady was. I never expected people to be so relaxed at work. Like 4 o'clock, they're talking about how it's time to go. They're done working at 5. They're grouped up in like a little like lobby area talking about how it's 4 o'clock, you know, it's time to go home. Everybody's already wearing their coats to go. Like, I've never seen anything like this before. But yeah, so we finally got her to do the paperwork. We brought it back to the guy. He was more happy than me to be able to accept the application, and he said, "I can accept your application today," when we finally brought it back to him. And unfortunately, fortunately the application has been accepted, but unfortunately the waiting period is why we had to leave Europe. So
yeah, so they don't issue like stay visas or like waiting visas or extension of your like 90 days in a 180-day period or whatever you want to call it.
No, there's no extension.
Yeah, it's like go.
But anyways, guys, that is the story, and now you are up to date, and you guys wouldn't even believe where we're heading next. Bye.